Money has power. Thesis. While reading about power in media, I found a thesis to talk about. My thesis is how the 1%, or the rich, have so much power. In this slideshow, I will demonstrate people and groups that are wealthy and have a lot of power in society. There are thousands of people that use money to get power in different ways, and there are many different groups of people using this power. Media piece. Donald Trump. Donald Trump uses his family's wealth and his name to become president of the United States. He also used the U.S. Navy's Army resources to bomb Iran, to show dominance for America, and to try and seemingly start a war with them. The wealth of his family made all of this happen and gave him power. O.J. Simpson. Without question, the most famous athlete scandal in all of history was the O.J. Simpson trial for the murder of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman. All signs pointed to O.J. The bloody glove, the white Bronco pursuit, the body found outside of his Brentwood condo. An estimate 100 million people nationwide stopped what they were doing to watch the final verdict. Simpson was acquitted of all crimes in the murder of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman. Remained unsolved to this day. He got away with 2 counts of murder because he had money to get the best lawyers and gain power over Marcia Clark. Academic material. In this news article, it talks about how Harvey Weinstein used his money and power to make a non-disclosure agreement, NDA for short, and a court injunction to prevent knowledge of his misdemeanors becoming public. The quote below shows this. NDAs can legitimate and excuse unlawful behavior and leave both the perpetrator and the employer with the impression that the slate has been wiped clean because the victim has been compensated financially. This is not the case, as a bland referent, as an abrupt departure for a position are difficult to explain to future employers without telling the truth, which the victim is unable to do because she typically has been left with no option but to sign an agreement. Documentary. This film looks at equality in Germany. It starts off saying, wealth is more evenly distributed here than in just about any industrial country, and then gets professional opinions from people that study inequality, with one of them saying this: inequality is the most pressing social problem facing us today. It then talks about the wealth and talks about this man that bought a ton of rundown buildings in Germany for really cheap because the economy was low, then built them for cheap and rented them out. It shows how he used his money as power to get the buildings for super cheap and rent it for a stupid high price to make money of people with a lower income. A lot of wealthy people gain power. The more money they get, it makes it easier to gain power in our world. People like Donald Trump use it to better a country in his mind, but others like O.J. Simpson and Harvey Weinstein use it to get away with stuff to avoid the law. Money also has power to change an economy, as shown in the documentary slide. Money changes power in so many different ways, and it is easy for wealthy people to gain power. And then this is my works cited.